Now this one's gonna sound a little crazy. So, this is going to be a software experiment. Today I'm going to be destroying Google Chrome completely. Yes, that does sound crazy, but that's actually what I'm going to attempt to do. So first, what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to install Chrome. Now, I've already downloaded it. That's what this is, as you can kind of tell. Chrome setup. If it weren't so blurry. So I'm now gonna... There isn't really a focus. Now, this is a slow computer, so it may not work properly at first. The installation process may not go properly at first because how slow it is. Hello? For some reason, it looked like it canceled. There's not even a installer shortcut down there. Looks like doing something. Oh. You know what? Just to protect the computer, I'm gonna select no. And this is actually gonna let it install. As you can see there, if I can get it to focus, says it can be installed without administrator privileges. So I'm gonna continue without administrator privileges. And this is actually gonna cause it to download to the user directory, somewhere in the user directory, so I'm gonna have to find that. Oh, that was not on purpose. Since I'm using so it'll appear somewhere in here after it's finished. What are you doing? I thought I said no. I am gonna do it open up twice. Which one is actually installing? Yeah, I did not mean to destroy Chrome this way. No. I'm gonna click no and see what happens to this. Okay, this one's still installing. You know what? Since generally it would already be installed on a normal, since on most quicker computers it would have already been installed, I'm just gonna let it skip. I'm just gonna let it run through, and I'm gonna like skip this part of the video. I mean, like, unless this runs through very fast, which it looks like it is, because generally it would already be installed by now. Download complete. Okay, so the installer closed out without telling me. And it didn't even come up to the installing screen. And it still appears that Chrome did not install. So what I'm going to attempt to do is I'm going to attempt to check what happened, why it didn't install. There's a web browser window here. Looks like Google Chrome. Okay, so apparently Chrome did install, but it didn't come up to the install screen. I'm gonna retry this. I'm gonna try to figure out what's going on and why it's not showing up in here, because it doesn't appear to be showing up in the user directory. And I'm trying to protect the computer by choosing not to tamper with it in the program files. I don't want, like, any user on this to just simply attempt to load it up only to accidentally load up the broken version. So I'm going to attempt to retry that and see what's going on. Right, so it turns out that the reason that Chrome didn't install properly the first time was because I was signed into an admin user and I had to actually install it on the program files directory. So I chose to do that, which caused it to show up on all users. But don't worry, because we could still mess with this. So I left this untouched. So I need to locate where Chrome is stored. Generally, it'll be in program files. So I'm going to select this PC. Now, first I'm going to confirm which Chrome is installed. If Chrome is on the proper version. And see whether or not this install succeeded. Right, so I reinstalled Chrome to make sure it was on the latest version before I attempted to destroy it. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to attempt to destroy it now. I'm first going to start by disabling the update process. So what I'm going to do is, since there's a bunch of junk files, I'm going to locate program files and locate Chrome in here. It's supposed to be down there. Maybe it's in program files x86. See, since I'm using a 64-bit version of Windows 10, there is a program files x86 folder. So maybe it's in here. There is a Google folder. First what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to delete the update folder. I normally wouldn't recommend this, but since I'm trying to destroy Chrome anyway. Yeah, a Chrome shortcut just appeared on the desktop. So I'm going to... Actually, you know what? Just so this one... Just because I don't think it's going to do this, I'm going to name it Archived Updater. Or not. The section can't be completed because the folder or a file in it is open in another program. Fine. I'm gonna try... Let's see if this will work. I'm gonna investigate this. Okay, so it turns out that I actually was doing the... I was doing this process wrong. I was supposed to rename the Google update I'm gonna rename it to Google Update Archive. In theory, now let's see, will Chrome succeed Or will Chrome fail to start? Because, I mean, the install folder is still in there. And since we're attempting to destroy Chrome, we're going to have to see whether this will work. So since Chrome was running in the background, I had to actually close Chrome completely and relaunch it in order for this to work. So what I've done is I just did that, and now I'm on the update screen, as you can tell. It says checking for updates. Here's the problem. If it uses one of those other update folders, then this attempt was unsuccessful. But since it now says Google Update Archive, in theory, it should attempt to locate it, but since it actually mentioned, aha, an error occurred while checking for updates. Update check failed to start. Perfect, we just broke the updater. Just by simply renaming a simple program. Now I'm going to attempt to delete some of these files in the applications folder for Chrome. Let's see, what does that say? Setup metrics. Let's see what happens when we delete that. That's because I didn't select the folder. Okay, so that folder now went into the recycle bin. Now let's see what happens if we start Chrome without it. It's very likely gonna fail the load. Oh, did that even do anything? That probably did no effect. That probably had no effect on Chrome. Wait a minute. I have an idea. Let's try to go to a web page. Let's try. Let's check go into the Google page. Okay, it looks like it loaded up completely fine. So clearly we're not making any progress here. All we've done is disable the updater so far. So I'm gonna try to see if we can delete more files. Let's see. I'm gonna try to delete files. I'm not gonna delete this entire folder. I'm just gonna try to delete or change the files that are in here. Let's try to see if we could delete the default apps right here. Once again, didn't select it. Delete. This is very likely gonna fail. Now when we try to load up Chrome, there appears to have been no behavior change. Let's try to see if the apps... Okay, it looks like the apps button still works. Hang on, let's check what's installed. Hang on. Hang on. Apps. See what happens when we do this. Nothing. Okay, so that did no effect. Despite the folder not being present, now I'm going to attempt to delete the extensions and the installer folder. Don't know how that got selected. I'm going to attempt to delete both. Ooh, I wonder what's going to happen now. Now, with the fact that the installer and extensions folders are no longer present, the Chrome Web Store should no longer be able to function. It'll load up, but in theory should fail when it discovers that the extensions folder is no longer present, or it'll attempt to recreate it. We'll see. And now let's go ahead and bring up the Google Chrome Web Store, and I'm going to try to search for a random extension. Actually, let's try download Grammarly. In theory, the attempt at installing the extension should fail unless it detects that the folder is no longer present. Yes, let's add the extension. What was that? Okay, it looks like it's attempting. Looks like it's attempting to download it. I can't tell. Let's see what has happened. It doesn't look like anything has changed in here. I think I need to delete some of the files themselves and not like file folders. So far, I've had no luck at destroying Google Chrome. And I don't want to end up messing up any of these. Oh, did I just tilted it away. I don't want to end up messing up any of these. See what happened. So there was another failure because the extension clearly installed. And the puzzle piece icon has appeared right here. So, there's the installation succeeded. So what I'm going to attempt to do now is I'm going to close Chrome and see if I can delete some of these. Let's see. I'm going to try delete. Let's see. What should we try now? Notification helper. Let's not delete the notification helper. Resources.pak. Let's delete that. It's right here. See if we can delete it. Luckily, I'm not doing anything. Never mind. Don't look to be succeeding at all. Let's see if we can delete. I don't think we can delete any of these other files up here, like the SIGs. Oh. But just out of curiosity, let's attempt to delete them. Though I highly doubt we'll work in. Oh! Yo, it's funny, I didn't even think it was gonna load. Now let's see what happens if we start Chrome. Oh, I think it was this easy all along. Let's see if Chrome will even start. Because even though most of the files are still present, some files are no longer included. And even if it fails, if all else fails, I could just simply reinstall. Looks to be stuck. Wait a minute. It's in the recycle bin. That means that I don't even need to attempt to reinstall. I just restore everything in its original place. Oh, I think I just destroyed Chrome. This easily. Oh, I just thought of something. What if the DLL was mandatory? fact that we've now destroyed Chrome just by only deleting just a few files. Give me a minute. So I opened Task Manager. I went into the usage, and I discovered that Chrome was using 100% CPU. Indicating that we may have just destroyed Chrome entirely just by deleting a few files. And even though many of them, the files that we deleted, took no effect, it went down to just 3 simple files. Now you know. To destroy Google Chrome, just simply delete these 3 files. So I restarted the computer, and the Google Chrome shortcut that was on the desktop has now vanished. Not sure why. I didn't even attempt to delete the shortcut itself. It may also be because I deleted the SIG files, the .sigs, because they were the most important part of Chrome. And I copied the start menu shortcut over here before I accidentally put it in here. So now what I'm going to attempt to do is I'm going to attempt to restore all this back to their original to their original locations. And I'm going to return back to Chrome, the Chrome installer location, and re-enable the updater. And since I'm moving this into the admin folder, I need to provide admin control. You know what? Do this for all current items. This way, we shorten the video. Now I need to go back to the location where Chrome was first located and rename the updater back to what it was originally, so this way we can restore Chrome. So it was in program files x86, I remember that. Oh, whoops. The updater is stored in the update folder. Now I'm going to rename it. Now let's see what happens when we attempt to start up Chrome. Let's see what Chrome will do now. Since we just destroyed Chrome and attempted to restore it, let's see what happens. Especially since I've restarted the computer. Let's see if Chrome will even attempt to start up since I restored the files back. It's probably going to say that Chrome didn't shut down properly, even though it did. Okay, there we go. It looks like we did destroy Chrome and we just restored Chrome. Now let's see if the updater is back working. Wow. This is actually a pretty interesting success at destroying the most popular web browser in the world. Now let's see if Chrome will even function normally. Since we already determined that since all I managed to disable before breaking Chrome completely was the updater, let's see if the updater will work. If it does, it's going to come back saying that it's up to date. And so it was that I restored Google Chrome back to the state it was in before I attempted to destroy it. The advantages of preserving files. So, an interesting success at destroying the most popular web browser, Google Chrome. If you're interested in me destroying any other software, just simply comment down below. Like if you enjoyed, subscribe, and activate the notification bell so you don't miss out on any future videos. Even got some new gaming videos coming up soon. So stay tuned for those, and I'll see you in my next video.